folks, and welcome back to the channel. Another week here in the crypto community. Now, I was speaking about a few things this weekend on Twitter and just kind of putting my opinion out there on the current situations in hand and how things are really going. I also wrote a Medium article because I believe somebody needs to speak up about this. As validators, we are expected to care for the chain, and it's just no one really cares. It's just more or less get what you can now before the system just collapses. So I will put a link to this tweet and to the Medium article. I think there's a link to the Medium article on the YouTube community here already if you did want to check that out. But speaking about this and really simplifying it without going into a huge amount of detail with everybody is, validators are simply here to just take rewards and build on other chains. And it's not that they're bad, right? This is just merely business strategy. If we was to treat LUNC as a business, okay, let's take a good example of currently. We get free infrastructure from all nodes, okay? That's endpoint infrastructure. That's why we have two endpoint infrastructure providers, all nodes and Terra. Now, a business would simply just go, well, we're not going to pay the $40,000 a quarter to have extra endpoint for infrastructure that, you know, a niche amount of the community is actually using. Instead, we're going to take that $40,000 and put it towards chain development projects or something like that. They would simply cut that out and utilize what is already there for free. You know, we don't do this. And the reason why nobody is like raising the alarm or saying to people, you know, something has to change is because these validators don't want to draw attention to themselves. They don't want to look like they're trying to cause a load of commotion, or they just simply don't want to risk anything to do with the VP that they've got. And having that much VP is absolutely insane. And it's at a very, very bad level right now where we did introduce a 20% VP cap. And I think it's time for us to think about bringing in another VP cap and bringing it down to something like 7%. And I know that sounds drastic, right? But it's not. If we go and we look at other blockchains, for example, I've got a good example here. So this is the price since October, right? We've been in decline since October 2022. You know, as much as people want to say, oh, you know, we're going back up and, oh, you're just being negative about price. This is a chart. You know, you're arguing with a chart. The chart's there for a reason. We can clearly see that we are in a very, 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 very slow death spiral. And it's simply because everybody's taking, no one's giving back, no one's building on this blockchain. So if we look at a comparison, right, with our chain to our sister chain, which is Luna, here's the top 5 on Luna, here's the top 5 on our chain. That's a whopping 42.89%. This pretty much means, right, if you want to get anything to pass and reach quorum, the majority of these have to vote, because only around 40 to 50% of our validator base actually votes. KuCoin, they never vote. They never get involved in anything. And, you know, that makes it even worse with us as a community solely relying on 1, 2, 3 people who are not building in this sector. All nodes are doing everything they possibly can, right, by just simply providing us with free infrastructure. And it must be dazzling for them to see us paying $40,000 to a set of infrastructure that we're just simply not utilizing, instead of maybe saying to all nodes, well, maybe we could work out a deal with you. You're running yours for nothing. Maybe we could sort you out something. And it's all sort of, no one ever wants to do anything because they don't want to draw attention to themselves. And, you know, like I was saying, as validators, we are expected to care for this blockchain. We're supposed to care for what's going on, but it's just turned into the Wild West. Honestly, this analogy that I put in this Medium article, just, it simplifies it the best. And everybody's picking from this tree, right? Picking the fruits. No fruits are barely growing back. People are picking those too. And eventually the tree's just going to topple. It's going to fall. Termites going to eat through our roots and we'll be done. And once we're done this time, we're not coming back. It's the only people that will be left once we get to that stage is those same top 5 nodes you're seeing here. And we need to do something drastic now before somebody ends up with 16% voting power, just like all nodes. It's getting ridiculous. We have to do something. If we're willing to just go into wallets and take USTC, then we must be willing to bring that VP cap down again from 20% to something like 10, maybe 7%, because it's just too much. It's just too much. And we have to do something as a community, honestly. When I do stuff like this, all this does is paints a big X on my back. It puts all of my voting power at risk. It puts everything I've ever done at risk of people just simply going, oh, well, he's just moaning all the time, and oh, you're negative all the time. But ultimately, we're in a very, very bad situation. I'm trying to do everything that I can to try and bring LUNC back, and it's not easy. Now, at the beginning of everything, I went through a phase of creating guides, and those guides are on YouTube. They're really short, they're really sweet, and they're really to the point. The reach on those videos is closer to 2 million in total. That's how many people came and utilized these videos. They've kind of been lost to time, and we still get people asking. So what I've been doing is actually working on a Git book, not only for my community, my projects, my node, but for the LUNC community. I'm going to go through a few things here just to get the week going and let you know there are validators out there like myself that really do care. We're really trying to make a difference, and I'm trying to simplify everything, make everything as easy as we can, and just do what's expected of us as people taking so much from this blockchain. We have to start giving back, and big validators are just never, ever going to do that. We're very fortunate that Allnodes gives back what they give back with endpoint infrastructure, and I do think it is time for us to start utilizing that. Anyway, moving forward. Okay, so we've got all of these guides. We've got breakdowns on the right, so you can simply just click the one you're looking for and it will take you straight to it. You can even watch it in this window. It doesn't even need to take you anywhere else. We've got links to the official Terra docs. We've got links to the official station. We've got the official burn wallet. We've got the links to the governance. We've got the LUNCburn data metric systems. We've got the classic metric system, so you can go and look at all the different stat pages. We've got the NFT marketplaces. We've got the LUNCburn projects that are currently there. We've got so much stuff we're working on for this community. And like I was saying, it's not hard for validators to build on this blockchain, right? It's just simply that they don't want to build on this blockchain. And they're huge entities, right, that work across so many chains across the cosmos. Once this one dies, they don't care. That's why they don't care about the blockchain. That's why they never speak out. They rarely get involved in anything. They abstain from what they... It's all at a point now where we have to enforce the change that we want to see. And, as horrible as it is, would you rather the continuation of this price decline or see a 13x again? The price of LUNC now compared to where we was, it's so cheap to buy a bag now than it was when a lot of people were getting involved. And it's not I feel responsible for those people, but I feel responsible for this blockchain and the direction it's going in. And it's down to validators like me to raise the flag and say, hey, something has to change. The balance of the scales is way, 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 way off. We should be more like Luna, but simply no one's building here. Everybody just... what I found is people build things to get the most they can out of the system. How can I get the most out of the Oracle rewards pool? How can I get the most out of the system instead of building something and going, well, how can I backfeed this into the community? How can I backfeed the liquidity back? And how can I give back on top of building this project? And it's just, we don't see that enough. We see time and time again these really poor attempts at projects, at dexes and everything else, and it always leads to the same thing, a rug. And it was like when people say, oh, this DK token, Jay, this DK token, it looks legit, totally legit. And I was saying to people, it's gonna rug, it's gonna rug, it's gonna rug. What happened? It rugged. And it gets really, really annoying for me, like I'm smashing my head on the wall. But at the same time, this is what I do here. This is what I signed up for. I think it's really important that we have a Gitbook system, even if it's someone like me that's simply just making these things, keeping guides up, because I've been working on this for my own community, and then I thought I need to start introducing stuff for the overall community. And what better place to have everything that you need to know, because we still get people now joining, they don't know how to make a wallet, they don't know how to send LUNC to the burn wallet. They don't know what wallets to trust, and they don't know about the metric sites. They don't know the ins, they don't know the outs. A lot of people, when they want to redelegate, they think they have to undelegate, wait 21 days, then redelegate. And it's not even a thing where it's silly for people to do that. It's simply that we just don't have a good leadership group and someone who's got a vision, like, and saying to people, well, here's the document system, here's this, here's that. You've got nothing that's official. You've got no official count to go by. Whereas if you look at TFL, the whole Luna community looks to that account for official updates. And we're at a point now where, and I think everybody can appreciate this, that I didn't get any information when Terra Rebels were more or less in power, doing what they were doing. I was completely pushed out. Everybody was told not to talk to me, not associate with me, don't go on my channel, don't do podcasts with him. And I never want to be in that position again. I feel like I'm being put back into that position because you just don't get a response now out of the L1 team. And, it's very troubling, to say the least, that someone who is actually a top validator in the sector can't get a response out of the L1 development team. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're obeying governance. I don't know what's being built or what they're focusing their time on. I don't even know what the roadmap is or what it was supposed to be anymore. It's absolutely insane that people think that they can get paid this much money and just act like this and feel like to them it's okay, and it's not. And I've already seen that they've gone off, they're doing podcasts elsewhere, and they can't even give me a proper update. It's absolutely insane. But, trying to make a difference, even with all the negative comments, people saying, oh, LUNC's dead, why are you still trying, why are you still doing this? I don't have any quit, I'm a penguin, I keep marching forwards, we don't have a reverse gear. Folks, have a really nice day, more content coming out. This Git book will be available probably within the next month, say 2 weeks to a month, something like that. This has got a lot of stuff in it to do with the node, LUNC Penguins, ProjectLUNCBurn, Penguin Island, the Battlegrounds app that's being built. So much stuff is in here, and everything that you would ever need to know about anything HCC Factory related, more or less guides to the blockchain and, in-depth guides, visual guides. It's all here. It's here for any of you that need to utilize it. So I'll be making a short video, likely a YouTube short, to get this out there, share it with people, and I'll get it pinned on Twitter, I'll get it pinned on the website, and I'll get it everywhere it needs to be, so everybody's got some kind of source of decent information and actually feels like, hey, look what my validator's doing. He really does care about us, and he's making all these efforts to do all of these things. If you need to contact any of us, you can contact us. So if you're delegating with us and you've got an issue, click contact us. Click the link, send us a message, and we're there. Join the support group. We have a support group for the node. Everything's there for you to utilize, folks. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody who pretends to be me. God damn, I've got a cold, and I will catch you in the next one.